Hey there, synth drones. Today we'll talk about procrastination. Hi, I'm Pure Ambient Drone, and this is my channel where I talk about synthesizers. If you haven't already done so, hit the subscribe button and tap that bell to keep up with all of my synth adventures. Well, it's pretty cold out here tonight, and I almost didn't do this video. You want to know why? Because I'm a procrastinator. You know, one of the things that I make sure of on this channel is if I'm going to talk about something, I'm going to know about something. Now, I don't always know firsthand about everything I talk about, as in I've experienced, but I've come in contact with those who have experienced things, and I learn from them. But I can tell you with certainty that procrastination is something that I do myself quite proficiently. I will put things off. I will grind things over in my head. I will get some fantastic ideas, and I will say, great, I'll get to that some other time. And I do that a lot. And it's because, I got a good excuse, okay? Are you ready for it? It's because I'm lazy? No. I'm not lazy because I work really hard at my craft. I'm busy. Well, yeah, I'm pretty busy. No, it's because I'm like many other people. Procrastination is the putting off of things that you can get done now for later because of you just don't feel like doing it. You don't have the motivation, you don't have the gumption, you don't have the want, the desire. No, it's true. You can call it whatever you want, but it really is lack of desire to get something done. Because listen, when you're excited about something and you're anxious about something, you get it done. You go for it. Now see, I watch my son and I watch his friends, and they get excited about stuff. They want to do it now. And I'm a procrastinator in my older age, and I say later. They don't understand that. To them, it's like, what are you talking about later? We got to get it now. And they say little things like, later will be too late. Well, they could be right about some of that, right? Procrastination is an enemy of ours when it comes to synthesizers, when it comes to laying down tracks. Now, you could argue, like I do, and say, well, procrastination helps me think things through. But I could also argue back and say, you know, some of my greatest inspirations came from just flying by the seat of my pants and just diving in and getting it done. Now, I have come up with a remedy on some of my procrastination, okay? Not all of it, but there are a lot of things in my studio that I find that I sometimes have to do, like hook up a cable here or switch a wire there or get this done or get that done. Just little tedious things that I could do at any time. So I made a rule, and I hope it helps you today. I made a rule. Whenever I look at something that's just there, I say to myself, today I'm going to get this done. Okay? I pick out something that needs to be done. Just one thing I promise myself, just one thing. Because if I promise myself too many things, then I'm going to find myself procrastinating because I get overwhelmed when there's too many things. You see, sometimes we say to ourselves, well, I have to do C and D, okay, item C and item D. I have to get those things done. But the reason why they're item C and item D is because A and B have yet to be done, and they have to be done first. Or is it B has to be done first and then A, so I can get to D, so I can finally do C? Does that make any sense to you? It does to me. So what I find myself doing that helps is saying, okay, today I'm going to do one thing that has to get done sooner or later. I'm just going to pick it out. I'm just going to do it. And you know what? My studio has become less cluttered, more organized, and my productivity has gone up. It has gone up. Now, one of the things that I long ago did is I said, no matter what, I'm going to work on music every single day. Now, there are exceptions. There's holidays and there's special events that I have to take off for my family, okay? I make family time. But when it comes to doing something in the studio, when it comes to working on my music, I say today I'm going to do something with my music. I'm going to lay down something in the DAW. I'm going to put something down, okay? It's very important to me that I have this set of disciplines in place, because if I don't, then I'll say, well, I'll do that tomorrow, but then tomorrow turns into next week, and next week turns into next month. Now, I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking about the other guy. I'm just being honest with you about myself. I tend to do these things. I haven't always been this way, but I will tell you, and this is something that's really important. One of the Rocky films, my goodness, was it Rocky 4? I think it was Rocky 3. He was fighting Mr. T in it, and he lost because he wasn't hungry anymore. He wasn't hungry. He didn't need to win. His livelihood didn't depend on his victory. He wasn't hungry anymore. We tend to find ourselves not as hungry when we have an income coming in that satisfies. I know that is the spoiled man's attitude. I get it. I understand these things. I know these things about myself. I try to fight these things. But, as I get older, I get less hungry. And you can blame it on age. You can blame it on experience. You can blame it on laziness, contentment. You can blame it on all of those things. I don't know what to blame it on, but I ultimately blame it on me. I ultimately blame it on me. I don't like to look for excuses in other people. I don't want to blame other people for what I do or don't do. I want to push the blame on me, not in a pity party kind of a way, but in a constructive way, because if I know that I'm at fault, then I know that I have some control at least to stop it. Or at least I hope I have some control. Now, I'm not saying that all of my procrastination is all of my fault. I'm just saying that ultimately I'm the one to blame for most of it, at least. The rest of it is probably unnecessary to blame on anyone else, because if I would just get me out of the way, I wouldn't have to worry about the other part. Anyway, that's what I wanted to share with you today, procrastination, and just try to find something that you can do in your studio every day with your synthesizers, something that needs to get done. You don't even have to make a list. For me, lists don't work, because I put those off too. I say, well, tomorrow I'll make a list on what I got to do. I'll put that at the top of the list, right? No, I just look around and I say, that needs to be done. And so I try to start my day with just doing one of those things that needs to be done. And usually I start my day, 99.9% of the time, is my first promise to myself is I'm going to get something laid down in a DAW. I'm going to get something recorded. After that, I try to pick something else that absolutely has to be done to declutter, to rewire, or something like that. Anyways, I hope this helps you. If it has, hit the subscribe button. It encourages me to continue on with these. And until next time, keep calm and synth on.